Mr. President, Mr. Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and the guest. Do you work? Simple question. Either at home, or at your place of employment, or at your business. The answer is we all work, right? But I'll try to prove otherwise. About 12, 13 years ago, my son's elementary school teacher, Mrs. Roth, told me that, Yatin, something interesting your son wrote in the class today. That my father comes home from work, goes to his bedroom, lays down and falls asleep. 6 p.m. And that, heard that 12 years ago. Because I said, I love my job. I love the patients, I love the co-workers, the community is great. And if you love your work, why do you come home tired, exhausted? And then I remembered a quote by a wise person 3,000 years ago. He said, the work is done by God. It's our inflated ego that makes us believe that we are the doer. And think about that. So I started believing that little by little, little by little. It's not easy. Took me 10 years to get halfway down. I'm hoping that you guys could do it in 10 days. But these are the benefits. The night before a long day, I'll be worried about my 730 bronchoscopy, which is going down the bronchial tubes and looking around. But then I'll think, it's God working through me. I'm not working. The ICU rounds, God will be doing. I'm not working. The back and forth running between the clinic, worrying whether I'll reach there in time, if the ICU patient will do well or not. There are no worries anymore. Because it's not me, it's the God working. What are the other advantages? One, the problems at work. The creativity, the problem solving skills, the big picture skills. It's all God's, not limited by you. The tumult at work turns into tranquility here. You go home, instead of exhausted, you go home energized. No migraines, the neck doesn't feel tight, the back doesn't hurt, you are not grumpy, you go home energized. And it's simple. Two things. One, you have to believe that it's the God working through you. You are just an impartial instrument in God's hand, divine instrument in God's hand. And that wise men also thought about atheists, just people who don't believe in God. Just believe that the work is done by the rules of nature, not by your ego, not by you. So one, you have to believe in that principle. And number two, before you start your work, when you are buried in the work, just believe that you are not working, it's God working through you. Is there any downside to it? Well, you can come home, your spouse will say, how was your day? And you'll say, no, I need work. God worked for me. And right away, she says, can you do the vacuum? Can you pick up the trash? Can you do the dishes and the laundry? And there is a way out also. You can say, no, would you want God to do the dishes? Right? Would you want? Yes. So apart from that small drawback, I think if you go that route and start believing and start implementing, then all the work-related diseases, all the work-related anxieties and worries and limitations turn into opportunities, strength, energy, vitality. And instead of coming home exhausted and tired and achy and sleepy and grumpy, you'll come home energized. You'll come home feeling good physically, mentally, emotionally. Because harder you work, more energy you get. So now the same question again is, do you work? No, right? You don't work. That's my talk. Thank you.